So this is just a short little walkthrough for a couple tips on how to use the pre-laid out calendar schedule. So there's a few different variations of this laid out by default. The first that you'll notice is just basically all the single months all stacked up on top of each other here. So this is, for those that want to kind of create a custom layout, a custom schedule. You have all of the months grouped together. Within the months you have each week laid out individually, and of course the days run across the top here, and then within each week you have the individual days, and of course all these are just totally editable, customizable text fields. So everything's pre-laid out, pre-centered, all scheduled up in this grid style. So one of the other predefined layouts that we have, I have this set up in just a single row, so that'll make it nice and easy to drop things in wherever you would like. We have this pre-laid out as a double row, and also pre-laid out as a double column. So these columns can be separated and put on the edges of posters, things like that. And so just a couple tips on how to actually use the calendar. If we jump over here, I've got one of the calendar grids up. So to simplify, if you want to make any changes or any updates, what we're going to do is we're going to use Photoshop's filter. So if we look at the top of our layer stack panel, there's some filter options up here. What we want to do is click on this T to filter for the type layers or the text layers. So if we click on this, what we're going to see in our layer panel is only the available text layers. Now the reason we want to view it like this, because if we say we want to change the font for everything instead of having to go individually edit every field, what we can do is select the top row, scroll all the way to the bottom, hold shift, select the bottom row. That's going to make a selection of everything, and then from there we can just come up and change our text, and it's going to update everything all at once. So we can even see previews and things like that of the different styles that we're looking at. The other good thing is that if we want to change the color of all the text at once, we could do that as well. So we could come in here, update the color at the same time, and as you see, it's going to just update that color globally. So that's going to be a much faster, simpler way to make global updates to the entire calendar. Now, you can also come through and individually edit fields. So let's unfilter this so we get back to our month view. So let's say we want to highlight a specific field. Maybe we want to highlight game days or something. So let's say this Friday the 3rd is a game day. All we would need to do is open up week 1 because it's on our first week. Find the 3rd. Go into the text layer, and we could actually change, we could make that red or blue or whatever we could color coordinate, just so that stands out on the calendar. So it's very easy to customize. It's all pre-laid out for the 2020 year, and hope you get a lot of use out of it and enjoy.